Saint Cyprian is a unique figure in Christian and esoteric traditions, one whose dual identity as a magician and a saint has inspired mystics, theologians, and occultists alike. Unlike other Christian saints, Cyprian is said to have begun his life as a pagan sorcerer, mastering dark magic before renouncing it in favor of Christianity. However, his mystical reputation did not disappear entirely. Instead, it was woven into folklore, transforming him into an arbiter between magic and faith. Among the artifacts attributed to him, the Book of Saint Cyprian stands out as one of the most mysterious and feared grimoires in occult history. Some say it contains powerful spells and rituals, while others believe it is a cursed manuscript, one that brings misfortune to those who dare open its pages. So who was Saint Cyprian? Was he truly a magician? What secrets does his legendary book contain? Let's delve into the historical records, myths, and lingering mysteries surrounding this enigmatic figure. Saint Cyprian, Bishop of Carthage versus Cyprian the Sorcerer. Saint Cyprian of Carthage, early Christian martyr. One of the major challenges in studying Cyprian's occult legacy is the existence of two distinct Saint Cyprians. Saint Cyprian of Carthage, c. 200 to 258 CE, was a Christian bishop and theologian, known for his writings on church unity and martyrdom. Cyprian of Antioch, however, is said to have been a pagan magician who converted to Christianity, later becoming a saint. The confusion between these two figures has led to an intertwined legacy, where Cyprian of Antioch's story was absorbed into mystical traditions, while Cyprian of Carthage remained a respected church leader. Cyprian of Antioch, sorcerer turned saint. The legend of Cyprian of Antioch claims that he was born into a pagan priesthood, studying the mystical arts from a young age. He allegedly traveled across Babylonia, Egypt, and Greece, learning various forms of magic, including necromancy, demonology, and spellcraft. One of the most famous myths states that Cyprian was hired to cast a love spell on a Christian woman named Justina, but his magic failed due to her faith. Frustrated by this, he began to question the true source of spiritual power and eventually converted to Christianity. Later, under Roman persecution, both Cyprian and Justina were executed, cementing his status as a saint, one with a mystical past that made him an ideal patron for those seeking protection from witchcraft and dark forces. The Book of Saint Cyprian, a cursed grimoire or a spiritual guide. The Iberian Cyprianic texts. The Book of Saint Cyprian is a collection of texts attributed to Cyprian, particularly in Spanish and Portuguese folklore. These books are considered grimoires, containing rituals, spells, and invocations, but their origins remain uncertain. Some versions claim Cyprian compiled his pre-Christian magical knowledge, while others insist that the book itself is an artifact of forbidden power. The Scandinavian Black Books in Northern Europe. Cyprianic texts appear in the form of black books, which include spells for summoning spirits, demons, and supernatural entities. Scandinavian folklore associates Cyprian's name with necromantic practices, further deepening the belief that his book carries cursed knowledge. The Brazilian Cyprianic traditions. In Brazilian mysticism, particularly within Quimbanda and Umbanda, the Book of Saint Cyprian is sometimes linked to spirit work, exorcism, and protective rituals. Some practitioners view Cyprian as a spiritual intermediary, capable of guiding both light and dark forces. The curse of the Cyprianic texts, fact or folklore, the power of forbidden knowledge. Throughout history, the idea of a cursed book has intrigued and frightened scholars, occultists, and collectors alike. The Book of Saint Cyprian is no exception. Stories claim that those who attempt to read it without proper protection may experience bad luck or financial ruin, paranormal disturbances, nightmares, or visions, encounters with spirits or demons. An irresistible pull toward deeper occult practices. But is this curse real? Or is it simply the weight of belief? Many argue that fear and psychological suggestion contribute to these experiences, making the book's reputation as dangerous, self-fulfilling, psychological, and symbolic. Interpretations. In Jungian psychology, symbols and myths hold unconscious power over the mind. If the Book of Saint Cyprian represents forbidden knowledge, then opening it may trigger internal conflicts or deep-seated fears about the unknown. The concept of a cursed book also aligns with themes in religion, mythology, and psychological archetypes where the pursuit of hidden wisdom often leads to unexpected consequences. Modern uses of Cyprianic magic. Despite its ominous reputation, Cyprianic texts continue to be studied and used in various practices. Some modern interpretations include 1. Protection and spiritual defense. Many rituals in the Book of Saint Cyprian focus on banishing evil spirits and protecting oneself from curses, making it useful for spiritual defense. 2. Divination and occult studies. Some sections of Cyprianic texts explore esoteric knowledge, such as understanding omens, supernatural forces, and divine messages. 3. Psychological exploration. Cyprian's legend of dual transformation, from magician to saint, reflects deeper ideas about moral struggle, redemption, and personal evolution, making his story valuable for inner reflection and psychological analysis. Conclusion. The paradox of Saint Cyprian. Saint Cyprian remains one of history's most enigmatic figures, blending elements of Christian sainthood, pagan magic, and esoteric wisdom into a singular legend. His Book of Secrets continues to haunt occult circles, attracting both seekers of knowledge and those wary of its curse. Is the Book of Saint Cyprian truly dangerous? Or is its power rooted in the belief of those who approach it? One thing is certain: Cyprian's legacy will continue to shape mystical traditions, offering seekers both guidance and warnings on the path toward hidden wisdom.